How's it going? Hey, backwards, how you doing? I am live right now. I'm gonna wait till some more people kind of show up here. Um, and I'm doing this all by hand instead of like nice, which is for a couple different reasons, but it'll turn out pretty good here. So, how do I sound backwards? You hear me? Great. Okay. Good. Good. I've been looking forward to doing this live or doing this video on this for a while now. So, um, you'll like it backwards. We'll have not a ton of technical stuff here, but you'll see what the end game is pretty easily. Backwards. Have you bought any more ASICs? You guys are buying there, and then he kind of quit. I think if you kept buying some. Send me a picture. Yep, you do. You do. I got 4 ASICs sitting, not doing anything right now. I bought them in preparation for this. So then I get my 9K Pros. I have them set on 2,000 watts. So they're not even eating that much. They're just hanging out. So need to get more power, and that's exactly what we're doing here. So you must be on your phone backwards. Gotcha. Yeah, I was listening to podcasts. And I was reading some stuff today after the halving. Um, Kind of the expected rewards. And I ran some numbers. Like a J Pro on an efficient setting is going to be just slightly under, just slightly under break even on a J Pro right after the halving if nothing else changes. Um, that's not having the hash rate change very much. We'll kind of see how that goes. Um, but even then, it's not crazy. And that was at 10 cents. By the way, that was at 10 cents power. That wasn't at 5. That was at 10 cents power. It was just under break even. So, yeah, it might be a week or two of, not knowing what's going on, but it'll be just fine. So I bet you it's better than I thought it would be 6 months ago. 6 months ago, I thought it was going to be a little more of a bloodbath, but it's not going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be fine, and that's just because Bitcoin's at 65,000 or whatever. Sadie, sometimes how you doing? How you doing? I got kind of was hoping to get more people. I don't have a big following yet. Yep, same here. Backwards, same here. Yep, yep. So one of the podcasts I listened to, they're talking about ordinals, and I guess there's kind of weird stuff going on. It's kind of above my pay grade, but there could be a possibility of some ordinal stuff going on, and that just means the fees are going to be high. Which is, if the fees are above average, it'll be making plenty of money. So the fees are just average. Um, it'll still be okay. So, yep, Sadie. Yep, all the cool people are here. Sadie, what are you doing? I know, I think the last time I did a live stream, you were asking about ASICs. Did you end up buying one? What did you end up buying? Because I think you were looking at J Pros, used ones. I'm not sure what you ended up getting. Backwards, you just sent me a Discord message. I can't look. I'm on my phone. Oh, gotcha. The pictures of what you're doing. Okay. Okay. All right, 3 minutes here. I'll jump out of the car and I'll show you guys what my next plan is here. So, backwards, are you going to be here? Because you'll really enjoy it. So that's why I wanted to make sure you're going to be here. You wanted a cheap J Pro, but it hasn't come to fruition. I may be a CPU addict. I think CPUs right now are doing good. I've never gotten into it. But I think if you are being a CPU addict, you have been doing just fine from what I think, what I've seen. Yeah, if you're just gonna get one J Pro right now, it's too late now. Because you would have been able to make quite a bit of money back here in the last three or 4 months. I'd just keep buying your CPUs if you enjoy that, Sadie. I know DJ's D9 has not been doing great. It's been doing fine, but it's not been doing great. Like it was there a while. You missed the boat on like K7s and KA3s because those are actually now making some money. But now the price have jumped up on those. And then yeah, the J Pros. I know of a company that's selling used S19 Pros, supposedly in good shape for almost 900 for 110 models, which isn't awful. It's been a great year. Yeah, good to hear, Sadie. Yeah, heck, I've done pretty good because I was able to hold off on selling most of my coin. Because before that, I was just kept reselling to build. And so when I filled up the shed, I just used the Bitcoin to pay off power and then held everything else. Like I did very good on Chlor. Heck, I was selling Pyron last night. I had some Pyron. I mined for like 2 days and it's worth a couple $100, you know, so I did okay there. What other coins have I done good on? I got a crap ton of Radiant hanging on and Hypera. I'm gonna hold on to those. I haven't sold any of that yet. I did okay on some of those other coins. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head here that I did good on. But I know in general I did pretty good. Lithium. No, I sold some Lithium. I wish, yeah, I sold some Lithium. I still have 900, give or take, 800. I did sell some to get a couple more ASICs in. I sold it was above 3, so I did okay on it because I don't think it's gone up higher than what I sold it at. But yes, Sadie. Yeah, rolling everything in the hardware and then stacking. Yeah, and I was just able to do that like 5-6 months ago, and so you know these are good lessons where we stack it. But I you know, do you sell it off here during the bull run, and then sit on the extra cash that you made and wait for the bear market? You know, in a perfect world, that's what you do. I have a trouble holding on to stuff, and sitting on it. So, you know, there's a strategy there. We try to sell it here during the bull, just sell, and then sit on and don't buy anything because everything's expensive, and just sit on it and wait for a couple years and start buying up again. So, you know, backwards. I just remembered right before the ETH merge, I was mining Alephium dual mining with Ethereum. And I know it was bringing in like an extra $8 or $9. And my low power rate at my house, the power didn't matter. I mean, the ETH was making profits too, so it wasn't like I was hurting. I wasn't, but it was worth it. I don't know. I don't even want to know how much Alephium I mined that last month dual mining before the ETH merge, and how much that would be worth right now. I'm guessing it'd be more expensive than the car I'm sitting in for sure, probably. Okay, you guys, I'll jump out here. It's Iowa just got cold here. Crypto KJ, I'll answer that, and then I'll jump out here. I have like 255,000. I have not touched it. Of my Radiant, so I'm hoping it does good. I'm hoping it does very good, but we'll see. Everything else has been doing good, but Radiant's kind of been holding back. But yeah, I'm gonna jump out here. I'm not gonna stay out forever because, like I said, Iowa just turned back into winter again. It's like 30 degrees out. We had a little snow last night, so everything's a little wet everywhere. You'll see. It's supposed to get some more snow this weekend. Yep, Joe, I saw you send it, but I was sitting here waiting. I didn't want to mess up my live. I know north of me, they're getting. I saw a graph this morning from a actual reputable place. The low of like 3 or 4 inches, high of 19 inches, and it could be anywhere in between. It's just the way the storm is. There's gonna be a lot of moisture in it, but it's gonna be right at freezing. So depending on where it is, when the storm goes through your area, you're below freezing or above freezing. It's gonna depend on how much snow you get. And so that's this weekend. So freezing rain at Mass. I know where you're at. I'm not getting anything here. It hasn't done anything all day. So, yeah. Yeah, we got a little bit last night, and that was it. So Shed's been fine. Okay, let me jump out, guys. Let me show you what the plan is here. And I think I can flip the phone around when I get out. So here goes nothing. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit up here forever. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so what we got here is there's a transformer, and that was kind of the main part here. It's a 1500 kVA transformer, and so the goal here is the container's going to go either up on that top ledge or on this bottom ledge, or straddling the two, and we're going to kind of raise it up right in here, and it's actually going to go out. It's just past where that water is right here. It'll go out to not this first line, but not the second line in between here. And so that'll be the container. It'll be sitting right there. Power's gonna come off the building. I'll show you guys that in a sec. And then it'll exhaust over here, and then we can take this out. So we just signed docs and everything. The container's gonna go here. Back in this corner is where we're gonna do like a little office. So we're gonna move these propane tanks. It's just more of a storage here. So we have to move those. We're gonna put like a little office here. So that'll be my little office. I have a little bench in there. It'll be 8 by 8, 10 by 10, something in here. The container's gonna be butted up against this, and so it'll be easy just to run the internet just the 3 feet over into the container. And so that'll be pretty easy. Make it to where I can sit in here and mess with stuff and be on the same network and everything. But I have a bench in here I can test or fix something or do whatever. It'll be a little bit of a pain to walk back and forth, but it can't be perfect. It can't be lazy. It is what it is. The transformer, the important part, 1500 kVA, and it's 480 to 277. So we are not gonna step it down. The container's gonna be 277, and so that means I can't run everything, but I can run all the Bitmain, every new Bitmain, J Pros, K Pros, 21s, K7, L7, or yeah, K7, K7, L7, KA3s, all that. I can run it no problem. But I won't be able to play I won't be able to do What's Miners. No one's running Ice Rivers. They're not hosting it. We'll have to kind of see how that goes. But I won't be running. I'll switch the camera on here. I won't be running Ice Rivers. I think they can run on 277, but if the big boys aren't running it, there's reasons for it. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, okay, so that's the transformer. Sorry, I'm getting a little too close here on my phone. So that's 1.5 megawatts. That's what that means, that 1500 kVA. Now, here's why we chose this section, chose this place. So here's the power, these cabinets. These are a couple step downs. Like I said, we might just grab a couple things out of there, but we're not putting our own step downs in. These are the reason why we're moving here. So these cabinets, this one's open. Nope, it might not be open. That's fine. So in these cabinets is all the expensive stuff. The really expensive breakers, the really expensive equipment that you need. So the transformer is, the power company supplies it. But this is where, these cabinets are $150,000 a piece. They're $200,000 to get these put in, but they're already sitting here and nothing inside is hooked up. So this building used to be a bread manufacturer, and so they used to have pretty heavy duty equipment inside, heaters and furnaces and whatever else. Right now, and that company closed down 10 months ago. So inside is just warehouse. It's just lights and heat in this big building. And so they're using, I think the 24-month average is 25 kilowatts. And 25 kilowatts is nothing. My shed's using 40. So this building's using less power than my shed. And so all this extra power, all these extra breakers, everything else is just sitting here, not being used. And so we can just plug right into it, not to pay anything up front. Transformer's already sitting here. The power company's perfectly happy us using something that, is expensive to them that wasn't getting used. And we'll just run the power from these breakers right here and connect to the container. So the city has a couple requirements that we do, but it's not going to be that big of it's only a sorry, I'm shaking here, it's starting to get cold. It's only a 25-foot run, so it's not the end of the world. We can kind of make it work. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the setup. It'll be pretty simple. Yeah, I'm gonna walk back to the car here because I'm starting to shiver. The only issue I see is security. Yes, could be an issue. There's cameras and stuff. It is not very close to me at home. It is a 20-minute drive. Technically in a different city. Okay. Sorry, I'm freezing cold here. Woo! Let me get this turned back on. I dressed warm, but I guess I didn't dress warm enough. Okay. Okay, security. So, yes and no. We got cameras and stuff. They have some up already, and then we'll put our own up. Put our own security up, locks and doors and stuff like that. The container itself, we're gonna actually build it. I'm gonna switch hands here. That hand's pretty cold. I need a hat. Yeah, true. Problem is, once you wear a hat, your hair gets all messed up. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. It's a quiet. It's hidden back here. No one knows about it. Where it's located here, it's hidden behind the building, in a little corner of it. So, yes, security could be an issue, but it's not going to be out there as much as people think it is. We'll see. Electrical cost. In all transparency, it is not as good as my house. put it simple. Remember, I live in an area with 3 different states, 2 different power companies, and so the rates change just by what side of the river you're on quite a bit. So it's not as good as home, but it's also very easy to plug in. So we're not in the hole as much. So there's benefits there. All-Trick, it's not the cold that gets you, it's the wind chill. I will 100% agree with you. Wind ruins everything. It is a little chilly. It's pretty hidden back in here, so you can't really, the wind doesn't hit you back in there. I just didn't have gloves. So showing appreciation on local PD gets you properties more attention. Yep. Yeah, that is 100% true. But like I said, it's pretty hidden back here. In this location, we're pretty hidden. Yeah. What else do you guys got? What other questions do you guys got here? I did want to say, and I haven't said this yet here in this live stream, but I was thinking of this today when I was kind of planning out how I was going to do this. What I want to say is there is many different ways to set up or run a hosting company. Okay, and there's not a perfect way. Okay, so no matter who we're talking about, my way, someone else's way, another company's way, whatever. There's many different ways to do a hosting company, from a setup and a business way. My way maybe not the best. My way maybe not the worst. The other ways may not be better, may not be worse. You know, everyone does it a little bit differently. Okay, no sound. You guys hear me? Oh, I really want that to come off. No, I have my Bluetooth on. Okay, can you hear me now? Now better. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I did switch hands. I figured it was going through the Bluetooth. Don't move. Okay, so here's what I want to say. I'll start over again because this is important. My way, there's many different ways to do a business, for a hosting business. There is, there's go big quick, there's go big slow, there is in the middle, there is, buy and buy the property or land and have it all yours to begin with. There's renting. There's different ways to do it, and there's not a best way. There is just a different way with different risks that some people are comfortable with. Some people are that could be better long term if they do it a certain way, or be better short term. There's just different ways to do it, and there's not a best way. So I know people say like, well, you should have done it this way, you should have done it that way. The way I'm doing this, and I'm not looking at chat for a reason here, the way I am doing this is the way that me and my business partner, who is an electrician, he's done big industrial jobs before. He doesn't know, he's actually hooking up his first ASIC as we speak. So he just knows about Bitcoin, but he's never messed with it or done with it, but he's been in the electrical part of it. There is our risk, and we want to keep it just us two. Our risk, we want it to be as lean as possible at first. And we've been designing this and planning this for almost a year now, with different locations, but kind of the same, kind of come back to, okay, we can do it this way, and change a couple of these things up. And we've been planning and thinking about this for a while. And this is where we are, it should work. It's going to work. I'm not worried about that. But what we were worried about is getting in over our heads and not making, not getting back to zeros fast enough. We don't want to risk that. We both have families. We both have kids. We both have long-term commitments that isn't crypto related, that we want to keep well. But we also can see this as this is our first step. This is our test. This is where we are going to make mistakes, plain and simple. Or, our planning, our design, we could have messed something up here and there. We have to change it up. But that is okay, and we're okay with it because this is just the very first step with one container. We're not killing ourselves because of upfront costs, because all this equipment that's sitting here already, not being used, that we don't have to buy, just tapping into it is not hurting us. And so long term, we're not going to be killing ourselves. Long term, this isn't great. Long term, this spot, it can only hold one. The power company said they'd give us more, but it's not worth it to get more here, just because of the way after that container comes out, you can't put one next to it. You can't put one out here because actually this is like a place where like semis and stuff turn around, so you can't block this or anything. So this is a one container only. The way it's set up only. You can't expand here. So the next part would have to be a completely different area location. So that's our thinking, and because of that, we're not in the location that gets the best rates here. It's still gonna be very good. We're still gonna be competitive, but we're not getting to where the location, especially like by my house, there's different reasons we can't even just get there. There's not land for sale. And there is not there's two substations by where I live. One of them is completely loaded. Foundry has a host, like their own self-hosting. They have 6 megawatts, and then there's another company that has probably about 4 megawatts now. I'm counting up all their containers they have. They have about 4 megawatts, and that's all on one substation. And so that substation is loaded. And then so there's another substation, but the land by it is either residential or people don't. And that was the one I showed you guys before, that empty land, or just people aren't wanting to deal because the land's worth so much because where it's located. So they don't want to tie up with me. Okay, so just to reiterate, I'm not saying my way and plan is better than anyone else. I don't want to hear you should have done it this way or done it that way. I will learn the hard way, one way or the other, and I will make mistakes. I'm gonna say it right now. Our plan could be wrong or whatever, but this is a learning experience, and we're okay with the risk that we have. So, okay, let me get back to chat here. Can always sell a kidney or a kid. I have one kid I will sell you. But no, it'll be okay. Yes, it's tough, but it's not gonna be the end of the world. What's gonna be your hosting rate? As of right now, and I have kept this pretty close to the chest here for a reason, because I want to make sure we get locked in. We're gonna be at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. That's gonna be our rate here. And it's just because, like I said, it's not as great of a rate as it could be in other areas, but it's still gonna be competitive at 10 cents. And so, yeah, and the bonus here is I'm gonna have do different videos and stuff, so you'll see your ASICs in videos, and I'm gonna be the one messing with it, touching it, and you get, especially like the really big companies, you don't always know who's messing with it or whatever. That's the one thing I can sell you is, it's gonna be me. You're gonna have my cell phone. You're gonna have access to me, and it'll be pretty simple and easy. Chump, I would love to host for you. That'd be awesome. You missed your shot last time. That was your fault. Backwards. How does your power company measure 480 volt? I don't know exactly what you mean there. I know my partner, my electrician partner, he's gonna be all over it. And so part of this research was, okay, my car's getting warm enough now. Part of this research was that I made sure that we didn't have to do the step down from 277 to 240. So I've been talking to Carter quite a bit. And Carter at Bitsby Trippin'. And he, he runs J Pros and K Pros stock out of the box on his 277 volt, no problem. As long as the 277 doesn't get above like 283, 282 volt, they run just fine. So we will keep an eye on that. One leg or three leg? Three phase. Is that what you mean? You're a little bit over my pay grade there on electrical stuff. DJ, Alltrek, 22s in the chat. Joker, you can't say that because you technically help and work for someone else. Keep that in mind. Yeah, I'll go back in the cold here in a little bit. I'll show you. Yeah, Chump, you missed your shot. That was, you had it. I told you you had a spot. You didn't take it. DJ took it. Your fault. You were snoozed. You lose. Your L7 could have been running at much cheaper electrical than what you were doing at home. Yeah, DJ runs with me. It's just in the shed. It's nothing special. It's not too crazy. I don't plan to change too much from what I do with DJ. Make it a little more business oriented, but the general idea is not going to change. Power meter measure one leg or three legs? Backwards. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. I appreciate that, DJ. Yeah, I had a couple issues there that you had nothing to do with. It was just the internet at my house. When it got really cold there. So yeah, J Pros run great on 277. That is correct. And like I said, I had Carter Bitsby Trippin'. All of his places are 277. And I'm thinking that's gonna be the norm. Because okay, so if you got a 20 amp 240 volt, and so then your 80% rule is gonna be roughly 3,800 watts. There's gonna be these new ASICs, the S21, especially during the summer, is gonna be pulling all of that 3,800 watts. You've seen Panda at his testing and stuff. I think that the newer ones coming out after, are going to be all of 3,500, 3,800 watts. So then people are going to want 277 20 amps, because then that makes that 80% rule more like 45, 43. So it raises that amount of watts you can play with without being in danger quite a bit. 2 on 277. So what do you have it set at? 277 times 2 is 54. So do you have them set at like 2,400? Panera cards. Yeah, thank you. I don't want to get too in depth. There'll be more stuff coming, more videos coming now that I've already signed my life away. We already signed a lease on it. So yeah, there'll be more stuff coming. We have the containers on order. We can't drop it till the 1st. The city requires us to do a couple things, so I'll kind of go into that. We have PDUs. They're getting built personally for us, that are going to be coming from China. My electrician he's actually pretty happy about those, so he's hoping those are exactly what he thinks they are, because he's going to be pretty happy about it. Yeah, no more CS2. No more CS2 at night. That is correct. Yeah, that is correct. I don't want to or should be playing at night anyway. So, Panda is here. Backwards. Okay, PDU. We're gonna get 30 C20 plug-in PDUs. We're not gonna use all 30 for each PDU, but they're gonna have 30 plugins on it. It made the designing of the container way easier. At 24, it didn't work very well. But with 30, we're gonna use 28 of them, and it just made the design way smoother. but we're gonna get them for like, after shipping, $800 each, something like that. Panda, how you doing, buddy? Civ only now. Yes, I've been playing some Civ kind of on my own time, but I've been playing Civ. Mail in money in Discord. What do you mean Discord? Or what do you mean DJ mail in money in Discord? Backwards. It was cheaper to do the PDUs than to do individual plugins. Because we're gonna run the stuff in, and it's not going. It's just less stuff. Less. We don't have. I wasn't explained this by my electrician friend, but there's less stuff going on, so it's less costs doing it this way. How many slots do you get, Panda? As many as you want. We will have to talk. Stuff's changed a little bit since we talked like 5 or 6 months ago, but we'll have to talk. When will I be ready to host? The goal, like I said, we can't drop the container till the 1st. We might be able to drop it a couple days early, but mostly the 1st. And my electrician partner, he has to go to Hawaii to do a job, which is awesome. He's got a buddy that lives out in Hawaii. So he's actually gonna go there and do a job out there for him. And so he's gonna be gone for a couple weeks. So it depends what the weather's gonna be. The electrical part is not the hard part. The container, getting the container prettied up and ready, is the hard part. So that will be, in a perfect world, we get done by the end of April. Kind of depends on when he gets back, how much work he has. But that's the perfect world. Chump change is end of April. Yeah, Joker's gonna take up all my slots at the L3s. Sorry, Joker. I am not hosting any L3s. I don't even know if they can do 277, but I am not hosting L3s. No. Well, this will be very selective. Panda's going to Hawaii next month. So you're gonna take another week off from not making videos? It was a long week there without you. You sold your L3s. Good. Did you make your money back on them? I think they're worth 150. They're actually hell. The L3s I have now, the L3 I have now actually makes money as my heater. All right, should I jump back out and go over this with you guys again? Since Panda's late, Chump, you back here? You want me to go over to the walk outside again? I planned on going outside multiple times. 2 weeks off. I love you, Panda, but God, it was a long 2 weeks. TJ, yes, we have needs, Panda. Okay, jumping Panda's here. DJ, I don't know if you saw it either, so let me, okay, I'm gonna jump out. I'll walk over and I'll physically show you where stuff's at. So, here we go. I'm just last time I'm doing it too, so if someone shows up after, they're screwed. Okay. Let's flip this camera around here. Okay, so obviously there's a transformer. So the container's gonna go right in here. It's either gonna go in this little pit right here, or it's gonna go on top of here. It has to be 10 feet off the transformer, so I don't know if we can go on top. Or we're gonna straddle it because there's a little ridge here. And so we might straddle it because we have to make little bracing and stuff because the container's gotta be attached to the ground. And so we're going to kind of make some kind of bracing and stuff here. And plus we don't let the water run because there's a little trough here that the water runs through. So we want to make sure it runs underneath the container. But it's going to go out to in between these two lines. So it'll end about right here. And there's this pole here. We can zero that out if we need to, but we might not have to. But yeah, the container will go out to about right here. So it's going to be butted up against where that guardrail is. Be butted up against that, coming out. and it'll end about right here, and that'll be about perfect. And then over here, actually we'll go back in here. So where these propane stuff sits, this will be like an office. So we're going to move this. These are just propane storage for a different tenant that's in this building. And so I'll make like a little 10 by 10 office here, like my shed. And so we'll have the internet in here. We'll just run the internet right over into the container that's right here. So it'll be like attached, like 3 or 4 feet. So that'll be easy to do. Thought it was gonna be an empty lot. Yes, the plans changed, Chump, and I'll show you why. That other place, it could be a step 2, but the guy kind of ghosted me, which is stupid, because everything he was asking I was okay with. But yeah, so that'll be the office. Container's going to be plugged up against this, sticking out. Here's the transformer. Now here's why we chose this area. So this is 1500 kVA, 480 277. So this is 1.5 megawatts. And in this building, this used to be a bread making building. So it had big furnaces and stuff in there. So it needed all this power, but that company closed down 10 years ago. So right now this building is only used for like a warehouse. And they use, on average, the 24-month average is 25 kilowatts. My shed uses 40. So they only use 25 kilowatts on average. And then this is the expensive part. So these cabinets with all the switch gear, all the breakers, everything else in here, these are each like $200,000. Okay? They're sitting here unused, unplugged into, no one's even touching them. Okay? So we don't have to buy this. We don't have to worry about the container. We don't have to worry about the switch gear, all these breakers. We just have to plug into it. And so we just have to run the 25 feet to plug into the container. And we don't have to purchase that at all. So the reason we chose this is because the upfront cost is very minimal. Most of it's going to be in the container. We'll have some electrical costs just running it here, but that's it. There's no upfront cost. You don't have to buy all this and store it in a building or something, because that was the old plan. We're going to have a 20 by 15 foot little garage building thing that's going to be my office, but it was also going to house this switch gear. We don't have to worry about that. It's right here. It's plugged in. We just have to, plug into it, run it to our stuff. Yes, Panda. No one is using it. They're using less power in this big ass building than my shed. Okay? And that's their 24-month average, so that's not changing. And so we have plenty, all 1 megawatt to run one container without having any issue. We're actually going to run about 420 units. It's a little bit more than a container. We can run 420 ASICs. We'll see when we get that high, if we actually just stop at like 400. But we can get that much. And yeah, then I'll have a little office, have a bench in there, have a computer, have all the internet stuff in there, and I can just work in there, but I can see everything on the same network. Yeah, it's about as simple and plug and play as we can find and we can get. The tenant is happy. The power company's really happy. Heck, they wanted to give me a bigger transformer, but we just don't have space for it. We can't put more than one container here. And so this will be our first step. It'll be a learning experience. Make some mistakes, but make our mistakes on a small scale instead of a big scale. Okay, so I'm shaking again, so let me walk back to the car. Iowa turned winter again. It sucks. It's been 45, 50, 60 degrees forever. And then now it's 33. We got a touch of snow last night. And we're going to touch of snow again this weekend. So, let me catch back up on all these streams. Or all these texts here. Okay. Okay. All right, what did I miss? Okay. Yeah, as long as this works, who cares? Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you referenced there, Chump. Sell on, retire. Yes, Panda. No one's using that. I mean, they were. The building was. The building is. It's a big building. They were using it. They haven't used it for a long time, and so the power company has told me, the guy that's kind of in charge of who gets power here, like for businesses and that kind of stuff and setting it up, he's pretty much told me, if you can find something like this, we'll make it work. We'll be happy with it. Rent for the space? No. I'm not going to go into the exact business details, but it's the price we wanted, and they did bat an eye at it. Double decker container. Yes, you could, but no, because then we would have to do some switching out of that switch gear and stuff then, and so you'd added cost there. So yeah, this is a one container build. One container is roughly 1 megawatt. We're gonna get a 45-foot container though. We're gonna get a little bit bigger one, and we can fit in. If the design works out perfectly, we can get 420 ASICs in, which is about 1.2 megawatts. And that's at like 3,300, 3,400 average. So I get to do the, pairing like an S21 with a J Pro and keeping the wattage level lower. But yeah, we get to do that. DJ, 20 inches here, get 9 inches tonight. So north of me, there's a bunch of cities north of me. It's gonna be a storm that's gonna be hitting right at freezing temp. They could get as low as like 3 or 4 inches, but they can get as much as like 17, 18 inches of snow. It just depends on how warm it is when it hits. I don't know who you're talking about with being old. Joker is pretty old, but I don't know exactly who you guys are talking about. Have you built the containers out? No, because they're a pain in the ass to move. Actually, I have a connection with the crane operator. The crane guy told us $500, and he'd drive over here, drop a container wherever the hell we want it. But we waited on it because we wanted to make sure that this lease, we got it signed. So they're gonna drop the container, and then we'll just have to jack it up or whatever to get it mounted the way we want it. But at least it's sitting over here, and then that's gonna be all the work is gonna be up front. Up front, we'll have to make the container. We have some ideas. My electrician partner is very handy. I'm not that handy. I'm not chump change. I'm sorry. So I'm kind of going to follow his lead on that. But we talked it over. We've planned it out for a while now, and we're going to try to do it in a way that we could move it in the future if we wanted to and put it somewhere else. That's not going to be a problem. It's a container. It's not going to be hard, but trying not to make it too drastic, spend too much money. Yeah. There's actually a camera that was, looking at me while I was doing that, but we'll add our own. Yeah, chump. Be honest, it's not a ton of stuff, and I if it was just me, I mean, I'd get it done. I'd make so many mistakes along the way, but I'd be able to get it done. I'm not as afraid of doing work like that as I used to before the shed. Before the shed, I was afraid of doing all that kind of stuff, and I kind of just sucked it up and did it, and it ended up turning out okay. So, I mean, I'd get it done, but I have to learn how to weld, or pay someone lots of beer to come weld for me. Fly chump out. No 2 a.m. flights though. Yeah, what the hell, dude? Why the hell did you get a 2 a.m. flight? Hawk he was picking on you when he booked that flight for you. What the hell? Problem is I have to drive 2 hours to come pick you up because the local airport's way more expensive. If Chump comes out, you're driving over. Yeah, but Joker, you're just gonna be in the way. You're just gonna be yapping at us. We'll work for beer. Yeah, I have buddies that know how to weld that they'd probably work for beer. I sold them their houses so they can work for beer. It's fine. Joker. Poor Joker. Yeah, so that's the container part's gonna be the tough part. It's not gonna be crazy hard. Cut the sides off, add some doors, make the roof waterproof. And I had a plan. My electrician partner's plan is much simpler, and should work. And then it's drilling holes for the power to come in, drilling holes for the internet to come in. It's not hard. Internet, actually, this is a funny story. So this building has internet, and we're very close. Behind me is residential, so there's internet here. The problem is there is 150, actually more like 200 feet of concrete from where the internet is at the street to where the internet would have to get to be in the container, and that's a problem. So I have called every internet company locally. None of them can do it, or they want me to spend a crap ton of money to just run internet to this place. So we are going to use Starlink. DJ Minds, Crypto LLC. Yes. So I've copied quite a bit from his design. I've been watching him for forever. And so I've taken a lot from what he's done. I don't like the guy, kind of personally, and the way he does stuff. But I have copied his design quite a bit. Chump change, screw you. But yeah, so internet, we're going to use Starlink, and that is Carter at Bitsby Trippin approved. That's what he uses on a couple of his locations, and so it's going to be just fine. So yeah, we got that planned out as well. Okay. Rough. You know, you're from Boston. You can't pronounce a lot of shit correctly. So I would not start if I were you, Chump Change. Okay? Try to go half and half with RPM on a build over there with RPM at Crypto LLC. Yeah, he was going to overcharge you. He charges quite a bit for a lot of this stuff. Yeah, it looks clean, but a lot of it's overpriced. Yeah, touche. Yes, we both got our own issues. Oh God. Okay, so I'm across town. I got time to go get the kids. We're good. Oh, I think he was asking 40K, by the way, DJ. 40K I'm sorry, 400K. Well, I was trying to think what his videos. It was 400K for not a lot, half a container or something. Shouldn't he be out here selling houses? Joker, yes, I'm going to be selling houses while I'm doing this. I got to make a couple phone calls after this. I have a couple people I got to call, but yes, let's sell 15, 20 houses the rest of this year here, and then we have kind of what we expect this to do, and then yeah, Christmas time. Well, we don't have to sell any more houses. That's kind of the plan. So we'll see. I didn't know he was from Boston. Unsubscribe. Yes, Chump Change is from Boston, and off stream he pronounces everything as good as he can, non-Boston-ish, on stream. But when he turns off the stream, the Boston comes back out, and it is very difficult to listen to. So don't take any shit from him about how to pronounce anything. He gets that. What is it? That's not pineapple. What's the hell? Mango. What's that? That juice crap you drink too. He drinks some weird juice crap. Sparkling water or some weird crap. God damn. I forgot what it was. You did have a Red Bull in your video the other day at Terra Hosting. Kind of a weird flavor, the berry flavored Red Bull or whatever. This is the one you need. That don't buy the other crap. Shit on Chump. He started it. All right. This is what happens. Chump comes in here and stirs the pot, and then expects us not to respond. At least raspberry ginger. That's what it was. Whatever crap that was. Weirdo. Yeah, I drink iced tea I make, so it's not flavored, but it's not special either. Okay. Ginge. Yeah. All right. I'm done with you, Chump. I'm done making fun of you, Chump Change. Okay. Any questions, guys, since I ran back out there again? Yeah, we'll have to talk more. Like I said, 420 slots. We're gonna charge 10 cents a kilowatt hour. No other fees, no other rack fees, no other deposits, nothing like that. You have your own foreman access. You'll be able to, as of now, as long as I can get the program in Foreman, Brains, LuxOS, Vanish, as long as Foreman supports it, I'll run it. Yeah, so that'll be a big plus for some people. I'll run those third-party software, the main ones. I'm not going to run. There was someone that posted something from some guy in Russia. I'm not running that crap. If it's one of the main name brand stuff, I'll run it, and Foreman supports it, I'll run it. I'm just buying it. That is fine, Joker. So here's the thing. Me and my partner really think that we could fill up this one container without using any of you guys on the to host to it with. What we mean by that is we know enough local people here that know what Bitcoin is, but don't know how to mine, don't know what they're doing, and we think we can fill it with just local people. We have that much demand, and since we've been looking into it, we have people coming out of the woodworks wanting to host with us. So honestly, we plan to fill this up pretty damn quick. So yeah, and that'll be a very good problem to have, because we're already working on step 2 and the second build. We were supposed to have a meeting earlier this week, for a big project. It's only like 2 blocks from here too, and I think it would have been pretty big, but we ended up not having the meeting yet. So we'll see what the next week or 2 brings up. But that was actually my electrical partner. He had the connection with that, and that'd be a big deal. And you guys would see why, because it's sitting right next to a substation. The substation that feeds us, that the power company says use whatever power you want on it. We're actually planning on hooking up right next to it. We're meeting the guys that own the land right next to it. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Yes, keep it local. Well, here's the thing. Yes, there's a big plus to keeping it local. There is a negative, because I will have to hold hands more. Comparative, okay, if Joker or Panda or Chump or Master, so one of you guys that know what's going on, if you guys send me stuff, I don't have to hold your hand as much. Okay? Where the local guys, they don't have a wallet. They don't know what a wallet is. They don't know, which ASIC to buy. They don't know that kind of stuff. So I have to hold hands more, but they will also, but it's easier because, it's not the internet. It's not all done through the internet. So there's benefits there too. Like I said, I think we can fill this first container up pretty quickly, and then we will definitely be looking for step 2. And step 2 is not going to be just a 1 container thing like this. This is to get our feet wet, to make the mistakes, get those out of the way, and then the second build will be at least 2 containers is what we're hoping. Okay. Chump, I am not hosting your mini box miners, your jazz miners. No, I'm not. Static IC or stat IC or static. The price is gonna be 10 cents a kilowatt hour. That's the plan. 10 cents a kilowatt hour. No other fees or anything on top of that. Just pretty simple, straightforward. And the 10 cents is going to be like what the machine uh, runs, but it's not going to fluctuate. It's just going to be a set amount. So depends on the machine, depends on what you're doing, but it's going to be a set amount every month. And DJ can say this. It's the same price every single month. And that's my plan doing it with going forward is we have a set amount, so you know exactly what the bill is going to be. Other than if it's 31 days in a month or 30 days, it's just going to be a set amount. And then in the winter, I will probably be ahead because it'll probably pull a little bit less because the machines are more efficient because it's colder out. But in the summer, you're going to save because you're not going to have to pay the difference when the machine goes up 5-10% in power consumption. Is that Canadian dollars? No, 10 cents a kilowatt hour is American. No, chump. The shelving and the racks and how we set up the container, it's gonna fit S19 or S21, and it's gonna be very snug to get every ASIC in there we possibly can. No, we don't accept Canadian dollars in Iowa. Static, no other fees is awesome. Yep, that I did that on purpose. I specifically did that. We'll see. There is very good reasons why hosting companies charge like a deposit or a rack fee. There is very good reasons for it, and so I'm in the future. That could be something that happens, but I'm not doing it up front. A little more risk on my end, but it's also very simple for someone to host. Am I worried about the halving? So here's what. Okay, I can host other stuff. You don't have to just host Bitcoin ASICs, but that's gonna be the majority of it. Here's the thing: you're not buying an ASIC, hosting it with me or anyone else for that matter, if you don't believe Bitcoin isn't gonna go and do well for you 2 years, 3 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years from now. Okay, it's a long-term play. It's not a short-term play. So at first, as of right now, at 10 cents hosting with me, the K Pros are profitable. As of right now, if the halving happened today, K Pros are profitable. S21s obviously are profitable. J Pros are just barely not profitable. Barely not profitable. So, yeah, you'll have options there, and that's because Bitcoin's at 65,000 instead of 40,000, which we all thought it'd be at 6 months ago. So, am I worried about the halving? No. It's a long-term play, and if you view it as a long-term play, halving doesn't matter to you. One may catch fire. No, see, jump. I don't want your fire-producing mini ASICs, please. I don't want them. I need to get my KS3 hosted. Is that the Bitmain KS3, right? Am I right there? That's Bitmain Kaspa. You need to start door dashing again. Yeah, times are tough. No, the Ice River, DJ. I don't plan to host Ice River. I don't plan on doing it. Okay. Well, I gotta get across town here and pick up the kids. Make some phone calls as I drive. Any last questions here? I really appreciate you guys, you heavy hitters joining. joining the live stream. I do appreciate you guys. There we go. I just added you two as moderators, DJ and Chump. Yeah, I appreciate you guys jumping on. John, English Tech, how you doing? Okay, anything else? Anything else I missed? Adam Johnson, are you building out 3-phase T21s? No, I'm not. And I won't be able to host T21s. T21s run 3-phase, but it's only 380 to 415. They do not support 480 3-phase. And so my hosting will be 480. The transformer is 480 277. So I will not be able to host T21s. And that, to be honest, those T21s I thought were going to be good, but until I learned they were three-phase only and 415 and stuff, they are only for the big boys. The big boys will make a container or make a system where they just have just T21s, and there's a benefit there. But yeah, that's not going to be a consumer thing for sure. Okay, guys. Now you guys are talking about Uber Eats and that kind of crap. You guys have fallen off the rails in chat. Come on now. Okay, I'll let you guys go. I appreciate you guys checking out. I'm gonna try to make a video out of this and download it and just cut it up. We'll see. But yeah, it's pretty interesting here, and I'm very, very excited. I should have some good content. And this is why I went all ASICs. People were kind of wondering why the hell. I know DJ, you asked why I went to all ASICs here. This is why. And so yeah, that's this is always the plan, and it's finally come to fruition. And so I'm looking forward to it. Panda, we had this discussion last night. Don't ask me. Okay. See you guys later.